Pursuant to the Constitution and according to law, I hereby call to order the House of Representatives for the second regular session of the 74th General Assembly of the State of Colorado. Yeah. Will all those present in the chamber who are able to please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Civil Air Patrol. Please remain standing while the colors are posted. After the colors are posted, the national anthem will be sung by the Summit Singers from Summit High School from Summit School District in Summit County. Members, I would like to thank Cadet Major Merrick Howell, Cadet First Lieutenant Sean Nelson, Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Madison Mayer, and Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Zion Brown of the Civil Air Patrol, who presented the colors this morning. I would also like to thank the Summit Singers for their beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Please join me in applause. Members, I am excited to welcome Gigi Visser, Daniel Visser, and Savannah Visser, the grandchildren of John Fielder, here today to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Members, you may please be seated. Guests, you may be seated. Members, we have some house business to attend to at this time. If there is no objection, pursuant to House Rule 2A, Robin Jones will be appointed as Chief Clerk for the time being. There was a lot of love there. The Chief Clerk has received the resignation letters from Representatives Ruby Dixon, House District 37, and Saeed Sharbini, House District 31. The Chief Clerk has also received a communication from the Secretary of State concerning the election by vacancy committee of Representative Chad Clifford to fill the vacancy in House District 37 created by the resignation of Representative Dixon. The vacancy created by the resignation of Representative Sharbini, House District 31, has yet to be filled. If there is no objection, the documents will not be read at length, as they will be printed in the House Journal. Representative Clifford was given the oath of office in the House chamber at 8 a.m. today, January 10th, 2024, and his name has been added to the roll call in just minutes. Members, please join me in welcoming Representative Clifford. Mr. Schiebel, please call the roll.
Representatives Amabile, Armagost, Bacon, Byrd, Bockenfeld, Representative Basenacker, Bottoms, Bradfield, Bradley, Brown, Catlin, Clifford, Doherty, DeGraff, Degree Kennedy, Rep. Degree Kennedy, Duran, English, Epps.
Here.
Evans. Frizzell. Froelich. Garcia. Hamrick. Hartsook. Hernandez. Herod. Holtorf. Judah. Joseph. Kip. Leader. Lindsay. Lindstead. Luck.
Here.
Lukens. Lynch. Mabry. Marshall. Martinez. Morrow. McCormick. McLaughlin. Ortiz. Parenti. Puglisi. Ricks. Rutanel. Sirota. Snyder. Soper. Story. Taggart. Titone. Valdez A. Velasco. Vigil. Weinberg. Weissman. Wilford. Wilson. Winter. Woodrow. Young. And Madam Speaker.
I am here. Members, I think in a game of cards, a full house is a winning hand. We have 64 present with 1 vacancy. We do have a quorum. Madam Majority Leader.
Good morning, Madam Speaker.
Good morning.
I move that the Committee of 3 be appointed to notify the Senate that the House is organized and ready for business.
Woo! Seeing no objection to the motion, Representative Ortiz as chair, Representative Lukens and Frizzell will notify the Senate that the House is organized and ready for business. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the Committee of 3 be appointed to notify the Governor that the House is organized and ready for business.
Seeing no objection, Representative Kipp as chair, Representatives Joseph and Armagost will notify the Governor that the House is organized and ready for business. At this time, the committees to notify the Senate and the Governor will be excused to proceed to the Senate and the office of the Governor. The House will stand in a brief recess until the committees have had a chance to notify those parties. members and guests. You know, we do have a reputation for having our nose to the grindstone and being all about getting the work done. And clearly, we were out of the gate earlier than our colleagues at the Senate. But it is my privilege to welcome the committee from the Senate. They have arrived to notify the House that the Senate is ready for business. Members of the Senate, please join us. Yeah. We are honored to have with us Senator Kolker, Senator Gonzalez, and Senator Gardner. Who will be Senator Gardner?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Senate is so collegial that I want to thank my colleagues for yielding to a senator from the minority, but
Members, we are currently in recess. I will ask you all to bear with us as we address the disturbance in the gallery. Members and guests, thank you for your patience. Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you to everybody who is here today. I want to thank my colleagues on the Democratic side of the aisle. I want to thank my Republican colleagues on this side of the aisle. I want to thank members of the public for joining us here today. We are in incredibly challenging times, and we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to fritter away when the challenges that confront our state are so pressing. So let us get to work. Let us do the people's work. We may not always agree, but we have to be able to have the conversations. Whether we are Republicans, whether we are Democrats. Look, in the Senate, we don't need a board to tell us that it's time to vote. Apparently, y'all do. So now that you have all the help that you can get, y'all, let's get busy.
Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is indeed a pleasure to be back in the House. And I was about to say, or I started saying, that it is emblematic of the collegiality of the Senate that my Democrat colleagues initially yielded to me as a minority senator, but as I'm told, a senior minority senator, to advise you that the Senate is organized and ready to do business. I also recall as I stand here that this is the exact spot and the exact place where bobbing was born. But given the work we have in front of us, and the wonderful occasion of having guests and families, I will decline to do so today. Wish my colleagues in the House the very best, and once again, we are organized in the Senate, hard to believe, and ready to do business, and look forward to seeing your bills come across and ours to you, and wish everyone good luck with that. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator Kolker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and welcome everyone today. Appreciate this opportunity to be able to let you know we are ready to do business. Our New Year's resolution was to do this on time, but as you know, our president is last year. Instead of 20 minutes late, we were only 10 minutes late. So we are ready to do business. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senators. It is an honor to serve with all of you. Members, I do not know if our committees have returned. Members, we will continue to stand in recess for just another minute until we have our committees here in the chamber. Members and guests, the House will come back to order. Representative Ortiz.
Madam Speaker, it is an honor to serve with you.
And it is an honor to serve with you.
We sincerely apologize for the delay. As we know very well, the Senate tends to move at a slower pace. Although they did give me, you've heard of the red carpet treatment, but instead of that, they gave me the temporary ramp treatment. And it's surprising to me that the Senate is not accessible since the average age of the Senate tends to be a lot older. But I am excited that they made the move to have a temporary ramp. I know one day that chamber will be fully accessible and be a welcoming working environment for our older colleagues in the Senate. They are ready for business.
Good news. Representative Frizzell.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to point out that that's not the only reason why we were delayed. Apparently, there were approximately 35 selfies taken with the good representative. As he made his way out of the chamber, he is very popular. So, greetings from the Senate. We informed them we are organized and ready for business, and said lots of nice things about our own chamber. Thank you.
Representative Lukens.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Senate was off like a herd of turtles this morning, but we have alerted them that we are ready for business.
Excellent. Thank you all. Representative Kipp.
Thank you. And we went down to notify the governor that the House was organized and ready for business. We were very punctual. Unfortunately, neither the governor nor the Senate were as punctual as we were, so we sat around for a while and had small talk, and we looked at some great baby pictures, and we were offered water, which unfortunately, they are still serving water bottles, you know, those plastic things down in the governor's chamber. So I'm sorry, as chair of Energy Environment, we declined and we told them to get some metal cans because those are the environmental solution. But yes, eventually the governor showed up. We told him we were organized and ready for business. We took a picture with the governor, and the Senate still hadn't showed up, so eventually we wandered back upstairs where we saw large brass instruments coming out of the Senate, where apparently they were having a musical interlude, because apparently that's what they do over there. But I just want y'all to know that we are organized and ready for business, and the governor is well aware of it.
Excellent. Representative Joseph.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The governor wanted me to let you know that he is expecting multi-partisan bills.
I love it. Representative Armagast.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I concur with everything they said. I'm going to keep it brief because my face hurts, but thank you. Let's do this.
Thank you all. It is time for us to get to work. Mr. Schiebel, introduction of our first resolution. Madam Majority Leader. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title.
House Joint Resolution 1001 by Representative Duran, also Senator Rodriguez, concerning a joint session of the House of Representatives and the Senate for the purpose of hearing a message from His Excellency Governor Jared Polis and appointing a committee to escort the governor.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that the rules be suspended and House Joint Resolution 24-1001 be given immediate consideration.
The motion before us is to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of House Joint Rule 24-1001. Is there any objection to a voice vote?
Yes.
Seeing objection to a voice vote, we will take a recorded vote. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Epps votes yes. Please close the machine. With 50 aye, 14 no, and 1 vacant, the resolution is adopted. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I'm kind of excited. The motion to suspend the rules is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that House Joint Resolution 24-1001 be adopted. This is the resolution that sets the date and time of the joint session for the Governor's State of the State Address.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Joint Resolution 24-1001. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Epps votes no. Please close the machine. With 57 ayes, 7 no, and 1 vacancy, the resolution is adopted. Co-sponsors. Members participating remotely, if you would like to co-sponsor, please raise your hand. Please close the machine. Pursuant to the resolution, Representative Garcia will serve as chair. Representatives Brown and Soper will also serve on the committee to escort the governor for the State of the State Address. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to our next resolution.
House Resolution 1001 by Representatives Duran and Lynch concerning changes to the rules of the House of Representatives regarding committees of reference.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that the rules be suspended and H.R. 24-1001 be given immediate consideration.
Members, you have heard the motion. The motion is to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of House Resolution 24-1001. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
No, ma'am.
Representative Epps votes no. Please close the machine. With 63 aye, 1 no, and 1 vacancy, the rules are suspended. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that House Rule 24-1001 be adopted. This joint resolution eliminates the Public Health Committee, changes the name of the remaining Health Committee, and changes the committee schedule to reflect the committee consolidation.
The motion before us is for the adoption of House Resolution 24-1001. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Epps votes no. Please close the machine. With 53 aye, 11 no, and 1 vacancy, the resolution is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title of our final resolution.
House Joint Resolution 1002 by Representatives Duran and Lynch, also Senators Rodriguez and Lundin, concerning changes to the joint rules of the Senate and House of Representatives regarding oversight responsibilities of committees of reference.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that the rules be suspended and House Joint Resolution 24-1002 be given immediate consideration.
The motion before us is to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of House Joint Resolution 24-1002. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Epps votes yes. Representative Snyder. Thank you. Please close the machine. With 64 aye and 1 vacancy, the motion to suspend the rules is adopted. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that House Joint Resolution 24-1002 be adopted. This joint resolution makes changes to Joint Rule 25 regarding the oversight responsibilities of the committees of reference to reflect the changes to the House committees of reference that were just adopted in the previous resolution.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Joint Resolution 24-1002. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Epps, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Epps votes no. Please close the machine. With 51 aye, 13 no, and 1 vacancy, House Joint Resolution 1002 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Members, there are a number of changes in the membership of our committees. Mr. Shebel, will you please read the complete list of appointments to committees?
Committee on Agriculture, Water, and Natural Resources. Representatives Karen McCormick, Chair. Mark Catlin, Vice Chair. Richard Holtorf, Mandy Lindsay, Megan Lukens, Matthew Martinez, Barbara McLaughlin, Jennifer Parenti, Matt Soper, Tammy Story, Brianna Titone, Elizabeth Velasco, and Ty Winter. Committee on Appropriations. Representatives Emily Sirota, Chair. Shannon Bird, Vice Chair. Judy Amabile, Rod Bockenfeld, Andrew Basenecker, Scott Bottoms, Lisa Frizzell, Leslie Herod, Iman Judah, Stephanie Luck, Elizabeth Velasco. Committee on Business Affairs and Labor. Representatives Judy Amabile, Chair. Nikita Ricks, Vice Chair. Ryan Armagast, Regina English, Lisa Frizzell, Sheila Leader, William Lindstedt, Javier Mabry, Tisha Morrow, Rick Taggart, and Ron Weinberg. Committee on Education. Representatives Barbara McLaughlin, Chair. Matthew Martinez, Vice Chair. Jennifer Bacon, Mary Bradfield, Eliza Hamrick, Anthony Hartsook, Megan Lukens, Rose Puglisi, Tammy Story, Don Wilson, and Mary Young. Committee on Energy and Environment. Representatives Kathy Kipp, Chair. Jenny Wilford, Vice Chair. Scott Bottoms, Ken DeGraff, Gabe Evans, Meg Froelich, Junie Joseph, Manny Rutinell, Brianna Titone, Alex Valdez, Elizabeth Velasco, Stephanie Vigil, and Ty Winter. Committee on Finance. Representatives Mark Snyder, Chair. Junie Joseph, Vice Chair. Chris Degree Kennedy, Lisa Frizzell, Lorena Garcia, Anthony Hartsook, Kathy Kipp, William Lindstedt, Bob Marshall, Rick Taggart, and Ron Weinberg. Committee on Health and Human Services. Representatives Lindsay Doherty, Chair. Mary Young, Vice Chair. Mary Bradfield, Brandy Bradley, Kyle Brown, Regina English, Eliza Hamrick, Tim Hernandez, Richard Holtorf, Sheila Leader, Karen McCormick, David Ortiz, and Ron Weinberg. Committee on Judiciary. Representatives Mike Weissman, Chair. Jennifer Bacon, Vice Chair. Judy Amabile, Ryan Armagast, Gabe Evans, Lorena Garcia, Leslie Herod, Stephanie Luck, Javier Mabry, Mark Snyder, Matt Soper, Stephen Woodrow, and 1 vacant. Committee on State, Civic, Military, and Veterans Affairs. Representatives Stephen Woodrow, Chair. Vacant, Vice Chair. Ryan Armagast, Andrew Basenecker, Scott Bottoms, Kyle Brown, Ken DeGraff, Elizabeth Epps, Nikita Ricks, Manny Rutinell, and Jenny Wilford. Committee on Transportation, Housing, and Local Government. Representatives Meg Froelich, Chair. Mandy Lindsay, Vice Chair. Andrew Basenecker, Brandy Bradley, Mark Catlin, Iman Judah, Tisha Morrow, Jennifer Parenti, Alex Valdez, Stephanie Vigil, and Dawn Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Schiebel. You are flawless in your efforts to make sure everything is communicated clearly across the desk. Members, good morning. It is a wonderful day in Colorado and so good to see you all here. It is truly my honor to open the second regular session of the 74th General Assembly. One of my favorite parts of opening day is seeing everyone's families and especially the new additions. Congratulations again to Representatives Doherty and Judah, Andy Kenny with Colorado Public Radio, and soon, Representative Luck. Yes, round of applause. We love babies. I am grateful to be joined by members of my family today. Thank you to my husband, Jamie, my parents, Bob and Etta Strand. I love you so much. Thank you for being with me today on such a special occasion. And it is really great to see Republican leadership here in one piece after a successful summer on horseback. Everybody seems to be okay, no broken bones this year, right? That's a good thing. Welcome as well to all of our candidates for Congress. There sure are a lot of you running this year. Woo! And with fondness in my heart, I am so delighted and pleased to see Representative Bockenfeld here with us today. Our best wishes are with you in your journey. And members, for some of you today, this will be your last opening day, last long, boring opening day speech. And I will ask you to stand. To my dear friends and colleagues, Representative Catlin, Speaker Pro Tem Degree Kennedy, Representative Herod, Representative McLaughlin, and Representative Weissman. Congratulations on 7, soon to be 8, successful years of public service. Your dedication and leadership will be a powerful legacy for all of us. I also want to ask all of you to join me in thanking all of the wonderful people who make this place run. Our sergeants, custodial staff, nonpartisan staff in Legislative Council, Office of Legislative Legal Services, Joint Budget Committee, and our House clerks. They do so much to make sure we get our work done. Please join me in a loud, rousing round of applause. As we begin this session, I would like to take a moment to remember someone we lost this last year, a true Coloradan, one of the greats. My friend and neighbor, John Fielder, showed us the immense beauty of our state and the feelings of wonder that are inherent in living in Colorado. I am honored that his daughters, Katie and Ashley, son-in-law Dan, and grandchildren, Savannah, Gigi, and Daniel, are here with us today. Please give them a warm welcome. From our cities and our mountains to our waters, forests, clean air, lakes, and prairies, his photographs remind us that we are always called to protect the state we love. It's important to acknowledge that these beautiful lands, as captured through John's lens, were first those of the indigenous people who have called Colorado home for generations. Last year, the leaders of the Southern Ute and Ute Mountain Ute tribes addressed the General Assembly for the first time. As they prepare to do so again in March on Ute Day, I urge us all to listen and lend our support to the priorities they present. With gratitude to History Colorado, today through the lens of John Fielder, Frank Muramoto, and Robert Weinberg, we will see reflections of our great state and something everyone can recognize as special. A place they've been, a moment that sparks curiosity, the grandeur of the natural world formed so long ago. Through their photographs, which will be displayed before you during my speech, we can see and feel the Colorado spirit. What you'll see in the photos behind me is what binds us together, the shared capacity to be in awe and to be moved by the Colorado spirit. We are all people who feel the pressures, challenges and joys of serving our communities in these jobs. The people who work here, serve here, and visit here all deserve to be treated with dignity and respect at all times. That's the Colorado way. It's also one of my big goals for this session. It is the Colorado spirit that binds us together. The first goal I want to talk about today is how we can guarantee a fair shake for every member, respect our diversity of lived experiences and identities, and make civility a priority in our discourse. Each member represents thousands of Coloradans in just one district, each of us equal in our role as state representative. The House rules are here to guarantee that each member has one vote and one voice, and to ensure that no member's vote or voice is more important than another's. A fair shake for every member also means the opportunity to speak to legislation, offer amendments, and engage in the legislative process with the understanding you will be treated with respect. My request is that we take a moment to consider what we say, how we speak to a bill, and the words we choose to make our points. To quote Ted Lasso, who may have been quoting Walt Whitman, nobody really knows, be curious, not judgmental. From Fielder's magnificent landscapes to Muramoto's 100-year-old photos of Japanese Americans in Pueblo, we can see the curiosity they had for what was in front of their camera, and we can feel that Colorado spirit ourselves when we look at their art. I'd like us to remember that curiosity and spirit in how we approach our conversations to engage in authentic debate with one another. That means raising respectful questions that further our desire to explore the subject at hand. It means listening and appreciating members' responses, putting down your phone, getting off of social media, and having real conversations with one another. We can engage on tough issues without disregarding the humanity and the dignity of our colleagues in this institution or accusing each other of poor motives. To assist in these efforts, House leadership from both sides will develop a consistent rubric to guide our conversations in the well. My thanks to Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, Representative Weissman, and Speaker Pro Tem DeGree Kennedy for getting this work off the ground on such an important initiative. Finally, a fair shake means every lawmaker can come to work feeling safe. Let's recommit ourselves to our workplace expectations policy and work together to create a warm, safe, welcoming culture here in the chamber, our home for the next 120 days. After all, this is the People's House. We have and will continue to take all steps necessary to honor the people who come to this building to share their hopes, dreams, and concerns. I appreciate the work of our Chief Clerk and the House Services Committee this interim to implement new guidance and training protocols for staff that allow everyone the opportunity to participate in the democratic process. We can do all these things because we've done them before. Where we've fallen short in the past, we must redouble our efforts to do better this session. One of the hallmarks of our legislature is that we find ways to reach across the aisle on important policies that impact our communities. Experience shows us that we are stronger when we collaborate. So my second big goal for this session is to renew our focus on how we can channel that Colorado spirit and work together to achieve lasting policy results. Last year, we passed important bipartisan legislation to reduce the risk of wildfires, improve student math scores, boost microchip production, and create jobs. Working across party lines, we created the Office of School Safety, increased funding for special education, and improved transparency into hospital costs. 2 years ago, we worked together to allocate federal stimulus dollars to build more housing, expand workforce training, and increase access to behavioral health care. It's exciting to see these grant dollars funding critical efforts all across our state. Just since we adjourned last May, more than $118 million from legislation we passed is building or preserving 2,900 affordable housing units in 34 developments in 30 different counties. Buena Vista was awarded $1.35 million to build 129 units. Alamosa will deploy $4.2 million to build a community with 406 new affordable units for renters, homeowners, and seniors. $6.2 million is adding 28 units to the Ordway East Duplex Development Project in Southeast Colorado. $3 million is helping build 175 units at the Hope Springs development in Greeley, and $4.4 million will go to rehabilitate the Helen Hunt campus, a transitional housing that serves the Pikes Peak region. And that's just a handful, just a few. We also have seen dollars flowing out for workforce development. Investing in our workforce is an issue that is near and dear to my heart. Now at over 20 higher education institutions, from Otero, Fort Morgan, and Pueblo community colleges, and all of our community colleges, to our area technical colleges and my home institution of Colorado Mountain College, students can now earn completely free credentials for a career in nursing, teaching, firefighting, construction, or law enforcement. Opportunity Now grants are directing $90 million to 46 new career pathways that bring together education institutions and businesses to help workers learn the skills they need to enter high-demand industries. For example, the Northeast Colorado BOCES will partner with Haxton Health, the Colorado Education Initiative, and Northeastern Junior College to create pathways to careers to meet workforce needs initiatives in Northeast Colorado. We have a dire need to support the recruitment and retention of teachers, particularly teachers of color. With teachers of color making up 40% of their graduate students, Relay School of Education will partner with Denver Public Schools and use nearly $2.5 million to offer 4- and 2-year licenses in teaching while participants work full-time in partner schools. In addition to it supporting our workforce, we also allocated millions of dollars in broadband investments and are connecting thousands of Coloradans to the high-speed internet in Craig, Hayden, Montrose, Olathe, Ouray, Ridgway, and Pueblo. And folks, these are just a handful of the success stories that we can stand on as part of our collective work. It clearly shows me when we work together, we make a real difference. And while a lot of these grant funds don't get a lot of fanfare, they are truly transforming Colorado communities. Last year, Democrats had tremendous success working together and collaborating toward common goals shared by the vast majority of Coloradans. We passed a landmark package of reproductive health laws that will protect patients, expand access to abortion care, and secure the health care people in our state or those coming here need. Public opinion polls show that Coloradans agree common sense gun violence prevention laws make our communities safer. We passed 5 new gun safety measures that will crack down on ghost guns, require a 3-day waiting period, increase the age to purchase a firearm, and allow victims of gun violence to seek justice. When we work together, we pass laws to save people money on health care, prescription drugs, and utility bills. We even created a right to repair for agricultural equipment, saving money for our ranchers and farmers. And I'm so proud of our work to save Coloradans money on electric vehicles, green transit options, and clean energy alternatives that will improve our air, protect our water, and help us meet our climate goals. And during our special session, we came together with nearly unanimous approval from Democrats to deliver urgent property tax relief, rental assistance, and significant support for our hardworking families. It is clear when we collaborate, we get things done for Colorado. And as we redouble our efforts to work together, we do so with a clear objective in mind: to deliver the results Coloradans want to see. My third and final big goal this session is to help us be successful in passing policies that align with our shared values and make the progress Coloradans are looking for. From our youngest Coloradans to students pursuing higher education degrees or looking to advance their careers, supporting learners of all stages will be front and center because education is the foundation of our society. I am excited, no, I'm thrilled that this will be the year we finally eliminate the budget stabilization factor. Stand up for this one, everybody. Yes! Members, this means we will deliver a historic level of funding to Colorado schools, money that districts can use to increase teacher and educator pay, reduce class sizes, and set our students up to thrive. Reaching this overall funding level is a foundational achievement in and of its own, but we cannot stop there. We will drive equity into the school finance formula and bolster the funding that goes to our small, rural, remote districts, and those with more at-risk and students who have special needs. This session will be transformative for education in our state, a monumental leap forward in our endeavor to offer every student the world-class education they deserve. Building on our work to improve K-12 education, we will continue to transform how Coloradans can enter careers of their dreams in high-demand fields. Businesses, chambers of commerce, colleges and universities, unions and trade associations are stepping up to create affordable pathways to the jobs of the future. These inspiring efforts are increasing employment and revitalizing communities who need workers. That is why we will continue to partner with these leaders to create an economy for all. Also this year, we renew our efforts to make our state more affordable, to address the cost of living crisis, so that every Coloradan can live in the communities they call home. This begins with housing. Last year, we did not accomplish all we'd hoped for, but this year we will try again and deliver. Over the summer, Representative Mabry asked if I would go with him to eviction court. I cannot tell you how much I appreciated this experience. The hardship and economic instability that follows eviction is devastating for families and can lead to cycles of joblessness and homelessness. Each and every eviction is heartbreaking, and this year Denver alone reached 13,000 evictions, the most since 2008, when records first started. I know how hard Representatives Mabry and our Majority Leader Duran are working to reduce evictions in this state and help people have a fair chance to stay in their homes. I applaud their work to prohibit evictions except for cause. Lawmakers this year will present a meaningful package of bills to build more homes and save people money on housing. This starts with a broad statewide and regional approach to housing assessments and planning. It includes legislation to legalize accessory dwelling units, ADUs, and multifamily housing near transit, and incentivizes local governments to preserve housing stock Coloradans can afford. Join me in this goal to deliver these critical policy outcomes that will make our state more affordable and boost the economic security of hardworking people and families. And just as every Coloradan deserves a home they can afford, every Coloradan deserves to live safely in their communities free from gun violence. I am excited for this work this year to improve public safety and reduce gun deaths with common sense policies driven by data and science. We will not let a fringe group's lawsuits against the good work of this body deter us from saving lives. Prioritizing the health and safety of Coloradans is a commitment we make, and there should be no disagreement that our changing climate is harming communities in our state. Our response must meet the moment. We cannot bury our heads in the sand with junk science and climate denialism while our neighbors face chronic health conditions from air pollution, annual wildfire evacuations, agricultural losses, and the erosion of our future. Far too often, the impacts of this crisis fall disproportionately on people of color, marginalized communities, and vulnerable Coloradans, leading to cycles of poverty and health disparities. It will continue to be a top priority for us to improve our air quality, crack down on harmful emissions, and increase transit options to protect the future of this state. Building, yeah. Building a brighter future for our state will always be our focus, but we cannot right the wrongs of the past. But while we cannot right the wrongs of the past, we can learn and strive to eliminate the health, education, and economic disparities that continue to harm people of color in our state. This year, we will pass legislation to create a trailblazing investigation proposed and led by the Black Caucus to look into how systems of racism, state actions, and discrimination in housing, healthcare, and education have led to long-standing inequalities for Black Coloradans. We come here to serve all Colorado. And while our efforts to build more housing, improve education, and protect our environment will boost our entire state, we know that rural Colorado and our agricultural industry are facing unique challenges that demand our attention. From agriculture and outdoor recreation to tourism and mining, a mix of economic drivers fuel Colorado's rural economies. They too are facing a range of different pressures from environmental and market forces. This session, we intend to reauthorize the bipartisan Rural Economic Development Initiative and the Rural Jumpstart Tax Credit, which will create jobs and boost small businesses from our eastern plains to our western slope. Water is intrinsic to the Colorado spirit and the lifeblood of our agriculture industry and tourism economies. The recent United States Supreme Court decision about the definition of waters of the United States leaves many of our waterways in Colorado unprotected. In the wake of this difficult decision, we have an opportunity to take action to reestablish these critical protections. And based on the recommendations of the Colorado River Drought Task Force, We will pass legislation to secure our water future for generations to come and protect the majestical and pristine landscapes of our beloved state. Join me in cheering for water. I'll tell you, we haven't had enough of that water coming down in white snowflakes yet, so we're hoping. Like the incredible Colorado landscape we seek to protect, photography is often breathtaking, inspiring, and complex. The person behind the camera can choose what to put in their frame, what to bring into focus, and what to leave to our imagination. But what the photographers I featured today captured for us most deeply, something that is truthful to us as Coloradans, is the unadulterated force that is the Colorado spirit. What we see at the national level with partisan politics and personal attacks is not what we want to see in Colorado or in this chamber. That's not the Colorado spirit. We can disagree without trying to score points. It is a choice we make, and I urge us to embody the Colorado spirit in our debates. This session is a new opportunity for all of us. This session is a new opportunity for all of us. Our recent experience shows that when we collaborate and listen to each other, we deliver on our progressive values and move Colorado forward. Serving in this chamber is a profound privilege. I hope each of us cherishes that privilege and uses it for the good for all. Every one of you deserves a fair shake to do just that, and I am committed to making sure you have it. Upholding our promises will require us to work together and hold one another accountable to be our very best angels. Join me, join one another in making this commitment today. Now it is time to get to work. The members of the House majority were elected with a clear focus to deliver for Colorado, and my goal is to make sure that happens. Thank you, members. Thank you all for your dedication to the people of our great state. And it is my honor to open the second regular session of the 74th Colorado General Assembly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize Minority Leader Lynch for the purpose of addressing the House.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
And it is an honor to serve with you.
So the good news is my remarks will be proportionate to our membership. Well, here we are again, and why exactly is it that we come back to this building? I asked myself this morning, and I thought maybe it's because we like to be called representative, or maybe we like to dress up in our suits, or maybe it's the snacks, or the cold pizza dinners. I think not. I hope it's because we are true Coloradans that care about our communities, that care about Colorado, a Colorado whose natural beauty in the outdoors has drawn many to vacation here and fall in love with that beauty enough that they pack up their lives and relocate to live in this incredible environment. That common bond of love of natural beauty has caused immense diversity in our state. We truly represent a melting pot of race, religion, education, and interests. How awesome is it to see this room filled with those that share that love for our state today. And we are assembled here in the People's House. This is not the representatives' house. This is the People's House. Take a look around at what our society has put together for us to come here and bring the concerns and the needs of our citizens. A beautiful building. This building and this institution is truly special in America. As special as the reason it was built, which is to keep our society stable through the creation of laws. I hope we can embrace that these laws are not to constrain our citizens, but instead to free them from a tyrannical government, allowing them to be whatever God has blessed them with the ability to become. Our initial establishment in this great land comes from a heritage of ensuring that the people are in charge, not us, in this chamber, but for us to be responsive to the people and carry the voices of many thousands that each one of us represent. And at the end of the day, our job is to constrain that government from being overbearing in our lives and taking away our freedoms. It is not our job to override the voices of those citizens, but to lift them up. That all sounds well and good, but the contentious process of getting to these seats clouds our vision of how we conduct ourselves once we get inside the Gold Dome. We're easily tempted to put party over the people, and service takes a second seat to our personal ambitions. I implore you to remember it is not you that sits in those seats. It is the thousands of people that put you there. Most of them you agree with, but some of them you do not. Those voices are important as well. Those voices are the ones the minority represents here today. The voices you may not agree with, but are still there to be heard from in each one of your districts. I ask only one thing. Please let those voices be heard. The voices that continue to believe in limited government, property rights, school choice. Those Coloradans who understand there is no such thing as government money, but it is their money. Because government has no way of producing income outside of our free market successes. Those entrepreneurs and business owners who feel they are overtaxed and overregulated, those citizens who support multiple energy sources in this state, the people in agriculture in the agricultural parts of this state that ensure we have food on our table every day, parents who go to bed at night frightened that their child will buy an illegal drug on the internet and die of a fentanyl overdose. Those who don't want to leave Colorado because they can't afford the property tax and they're on a fixed income. And those who do not feel security in their own towns and just want safety on our streets. The minority will work every day to ensure those concerns are addressed through vigorous debate. Today, the Republican minority comes to you in a small number. However, I can tell you we are bringing those who know how to serve, as almost half of our membership have said they are willing to lay down their life for this country through their military service, literally representing every branch of the armed services. If my fellow veterans from both sides of the aisle could please stand and be recognized for your service. Every one of those members has put their name on the line saying that they are willing to die for this country. These are people who understand a mission and have the experience to accomplish it. But we also bring a wealth of knowledge through career public servants, business leaders, all who have very impressive resumes and many years of expertise to bring to our conversations of how to make the lives of Coloradans better. I could not be more honored to work with this very distinguished group of leaders, and I'm humbled to have the role of leading them in the 74th General Assembly. So today we start this second session of the 74th General Assembly. May we first never forget, as we've talked before, we are servants of the people that will create history and records that will be handed down long after we are gone. The actions and interactions of us will be judged by those who expect us to remain civil and above the fray of a petty tweet. If you have something to say on or about another member, they're only a few steps away. May we boldly take those steps and discuss our differences face to face. Come to an agreement, even if that agreement is to disagree. But walk away from that fellow human with a deeper understanding of the opposing point of view. I will make my commitment right now to do that. I also don't know how to use Twitter. But seriously, we're not going to agree. We're going to vigorously defend our differing opinions. We're going to be delighted and disappointed from day to day. May we also never forget we are colleagues and individuals with way more in common as humans and Americans than we have differences as members of a political party. I'm looking forward to the work we have ahead of us and getting to know each one of you as we work for a better Colorado. May God bless Colorado. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that the remarks of the Speaker and Minority Leader be printed in the Journal.
Seeing no objection, the remarks will be printed in the Journal. I do believe we have one announcement today. I'm sorry, we have two. From our committee chairs, sorry. Representative Snyder.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and what an honor it is to serve with you.
An honor to serve with you.
Thank you. And with that, I'd like to announce that House Finance will be meeting tomorrow upon adjournment downstairs in room 112 to hear one bill, House Bill 24-1084. So let's get started right out of the gate. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Weissman.
Thank you, and good morning. It's still morning, Madam Speaker. I'm honored to serve with you, honored to be here today. The Judiciary Committee is getting started even sooner than the Finance Committee. Members, hopefully you've seen on the calendar and you've seen email from our nonpartisan staff. We are joining our Senate colleagues in meeting as Joint Judiciary today, 1 o'clock. We are going to hear from the Auditor, Department of Corrections, Department of Public Safety, and CCJJ. Please see email for links to all the materials. In your box folders as a reminder, and I'll make the announcements next few days as well. We are also meeting tomorrow, and we are also meeting Friday. We are Judiciary, so there is lots of work to do, and we're going to jump into it. See you soon.
Thank you. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I'm about to make a motion to recess until later today, at which time the Speaker will introduce the first round of bills. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. There is no need for you to return to the chamber. You are free to go. Thank you, and I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Members, thank you, Madam Majority Leader. After the introduction of bills, the House will be in adjournment until tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., when there will be, of course, more business to conduct. Thank you all. At this time, and seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.